Hey, happy day 10 of the Get Up and Go Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are going to do the BOP10 today, BOP10. Yesterday, we did the BFAT, right? Beliefs, emotions, feelings, actions, and thoughts. We brainstormed at least 5, I hope you brainstormed at least 5 things that you're feeling and experiencing right now based on the number one area of your life or the number one thing that is concerning you right now with respect to the whole situation that we're in. Now, this applies, and you can do this whether we're in the middle of a pandemic or not, right? I do this all the time. I'm like, okay, what is the biggest thing I need to accomplish today? And I do it with just, what am I going to do today, right? What's the biggest thing I need to accomplish today? How am I feeling about it? What am I thinking? What are my beliefs? What are my emotions? Because you know what? Sometimes we wake up in a good mood, right? Other days we wake up in a bad mood. I don't know about you, but sometimes I usually appreciate every day above ground, not gonna lie. But every once in a while, I wake up and I'll just have this weird feeling. Now, I can run with that, or I can say, is this really how I want to feel today? No. What do I want to accomplish today? What do I want to get done? And when I do that, when I flip that switch, and we'll talk about that. I was going to talk about flip switching, but we'll talk about it some way today throughout the challenge. It's just one of my favorite strategies and favorite techniques to change something just like that. And believe it or not, each and every one of us have the ability to flip our emotions and flip our feelings and flip how we're looking at things and flip what we're thinking about as easily as we do turning on or off a light. But today, we are going to do the BOP, and BOP stands for brainstorming options and possibilities, right? And we're going to do at least 10. Now, we went through the exercise yesterday and we got everything out on paper and we looked at it and we said, okay, well, how does that make me feel? How does that make you feel? Do those things that you wrote down, do they make you feel good and light and happy, or do they make you feel bad and sad and negative and fearful and more doubtful and more worried? I did an example at the bottom of the worksheet just to give you an idea, and I didn't do the whole thing about the positives and negatives and truths and false, but I want to encourage you to do that if you haven't done it already. It's a really quick and easy exercise, and if you do it like this, the long way, once or twice on a couple of different things, pretty soon it becomes automatic, and your subconscious and your brain will do it so fast that you don't have to go through each step one by one, each thing one by one. You can just fly right through it. And so I hope that example was helpful. You can let me know in the comments below if that was helpful or not. Or if you'd like me to run through a more specific example for you, we could do that in a Q&A session too, or I could just do it in the comments. But I'd be glad to do that because it's helpful to use other people's experience, other people's specific examples or challenges that you happen to be facing. But today, now that we've done that, we've hopefully cleared out some of that, it opens us up to the possibility of what might happen, right? One of my favorite questions in the whole wide world is, what else is possible? Because once we get rid of all the negative emotions around what we're feeling and the feelings and the thoughts that we're having and the beliefs, now we can actually see all of the opportunity, all the options, all the possibilities that have really been floating around us all the time, but we couldn't even see them. Have you ever gotten a new car or something? It actually activates our reticular activating system, nerdy, sciencey stuff, but we all have one. Have you ever wanted something and you wanted it and you'd seen it, but you didn't really notice it that much before, and then all of a sudden you get the thing that you wanted? Maybe it's a fancy watch or a handbag, or maybe it's a car or something like that, bigger. And then all of a sudden you're driving along and every other car seems like it's the car that you just bought. Every other car seems like it's your new car, right? Unless you get some super exotic thing, it happens all the time. And even if you get a super exotic thing, guess what? All of a sudden you're seeing the super exotic thing as well on a higher frequency. It's called our reticular activating system. What we notice is what we're looking for, right? We can only see what we're allowing ourselves to see. We can only see what we're actually looking for. So once we clear out some of that, it opens up room for us to see the options and the opportunities. So our challenge today is simple and easy, and I really wanted it to be the BOP100, but I figured that's asking a lot. So at minimum today, I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and brainstorm out 10 possible ways that you can deal with the number one thing that you're facing right now, the number one challenge. If you have, and I actually did this as an example just so I could run through it with you, and I did it on a business owner whose business is down right now. And your biggest And I did that. I think I did that for the example of yesterday's activity too. So, don't know what to do. You're worried about how you're going to make it, how you're going to feed your family, how you're going to get your business up and running again when you actually are allowed to get it up and running again. So this one I did, I just brainstormed 10 possibilities or 10 possible solutions if your business is down right now, and you're worried about loss of income, loss of business. So let's say I have a hair salon. I have a hair salon, my business is down, and I just randomly picked a hair salon. I should have picked a nail salon because that one's really personally bothering me. But I already found a solution, right? At home. And that's a perfect example of people are used to doing something or having a service, and now all of a sudden, as a customer, I can't get that service. If anybody can help people like me to solve a problem, you're golden, right? And there's ways to solve a problem for people even though they can't come into your salon. There are I heard yesterday now finally, and I was really excited about this. There are hairdressers and hair salons that are doing, trainer videos and information videos and information products and services over the internet, right? I would have loved to have somebody teach me how to do my nails, and actually my daughter figured out how to do them, and we figured out alternatives, but we had to figure it all out on our own. Now she could probably teach people how to solve your own nail fill problems and your own fingernail problems at home. Now, I think a lot of business owners are afraid to do that. They're afraid to go out there and teach everybody everything they know because they're afraid that people won't come back to the salon. I gotta tell you, having my daughter figure out, and me and my daughter figure out how to do my nails, it took us 2 days. It was over 2 days. It took me 3 hours of using a dog file to file my nails down to be able to put a new powder coat on them and things. So it was a really complicated process. I so can't wait to get back to my salon, right? So if you're teaching people what it takes and how to do this at home, and it takes 6 hours, and that would, let's say it took us 6 hours, it probably did. And I know now that I can go to the salon and I can get it done better in an hour. I am a customer for life, right? I gotta believe people with the eyelashes are the same way. Hair color, there's business owners now out doing tutorials on how to color your roots, how to color your hair during this downtime. I guarantee anybody that colors their hair at home will be back at that salon. They'll be grateful for somebody that helped them get through the interim, and they will get back to that salon and loyal like nobody's business. So what are 10 possible things that our hair salon owner could do? Can ask yourself, how can I communicate with my customers? How do I immediately stay in touch with the customers that I already have so that I don't lose them? Ask yourself, what problems do they have now? And, what can I help them with? Is there a way I can teach them how to trim their bangs? This morning I was thinking, I would love if my hairstylist would put out a video about how do I trim my bangs to tide me over till I can get in and get my hair cut. Luckily, I don't color my hair. I'll tell you a story about that someday. I tried to color my hair once, and for my daughter's wedding, she wanted me to color my gray. And the only thing that still showed up in my hair color experience was the gray, so I just blew it off. Number 3, how and what could I help with them remotely? What can I help them do remotely? And I think I've just been giving examples of that. What or how could I do that? Demo or do short challenges, or come up with a way to continue to serve them. What free tips, tricks could I publish about on either Facebook or YouTube or social media that I happen to know? And if I don't know, how can I figure out where they are so that I can publish things online? Maybe it's time that I get online and get an online presence if I don't have one. If you don't have an online presence in any way, shape, or form, and you're a business owner, this is the perfect time to be doing that. Whether your business is up and running and kicking butt and taking names, you or somebody else need to do that for your business. And if you're down, there's no excuse to not do it. If you don't know what to do, ask, right? This is the perfect place to ask what to do, how to do it, and to get resources to make that happen. Is somebody already online, or is somebody already available that is online that could sell my products or services? If I have a salon and I have a line of products that are just sitting there on the shelf, those products can still be sold and delivered to people, right? Is there somebody that's already set up online that I can partner with that would be an affiliate for me or help me sell those products? Is there someone that I can partner with to get in front of my customers or to get in front of new customers. You know, maybe I could be a guest on somebody's podcast and somebody could interview me as a business owner who's shut down and what I'm doing or what I'm not doing in order to make sure my business is there when this all happens to open up again and we can do business again. And then how can I contact my customer if I don't have a way, if I don't have an email list, if I don't have a customer list, if I haven't been collecting my customers' names? Number one, I'm going to set up a system to develop that right now, right? But if I haven't been doing that, how could I do that? How could I start doing that now? Do I have any kind of a database from my business that I could get people's information off of and start to send them a letter, send them a message, ask them how they're doing, ask them how you can help them. So that was just my quick brainstorm list of what's possible. So if my business is shut down and I'm feeling like there's nothing I can do, brainstorming options and opportunities and possibilities, and this is just 10. I would challenge you to do 20, because as you get down to the other ones, the 20, you go from 1 to 10 is pretty easy. They're pretty much the same for all of us. But as you go from 10 to 20 and 20 to 100, I wanted to do BOP 100 because I know that finding 100 things really has us looking around. And you're not going to do it in one sitting, but if you say, I want a list of 100 things I could do to help with this challenge right now, this personal biggest problem for me right now, you will be starting to see options and ideas everywhere. You will notice what other businesses like you or not like you are doing. You will notice what other industries are doing, and you'll start asking yourself, well, how could I possibly use that or do that in my business, with my business? And that's what we want to be doing, is opening up to the possibilities. So that's it. That's our challenge and our assignment today. You can just pick 3, and I was going to go into how do you analyze these ideas and how do you decide and prioritize these. I think I'll do that tomorrow so we don't go too long, but pick 3, the 3 that you're most excited about or that you think would be the easiest and could benefit you and the future of your business the most right now, if that's your focus. If you're working on your health, you know, brainstorm 10 things that could positively impact your health right now, and then pick the top 3 that you think will give you the biggest bang for your buck between now and the end of the challenge. That's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, if you have any questions, I'll make up the little worksheet for you, probably on Google Docs. Again, I did that yesterday, and Google Docs everybody has access to for free. So I'll do a Google Doc today about the top 10, and I'll probably make it to 100, because I know that if you open yourself up and look for 100 possibilities, you'll easily find 100 possibilities. If you say, I'm only going to look for 1 or 2, you'll only see 1 or 2. Say, hey, I'm looking for 100 different things I could do to solve this problem right now. Because I guarantee there's probably thousands of things that you could do, but that's overwhelming, right? We just want to have a bunch of things that we can do right now. All right, have an amazing day. Again, questions, ask them in the comments below, or if I can help you out, hit me up in the comments below as well. Take care, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Go get him.